All right, everybody. Hey, the purpose of this video is kind of part informational and a little bit of training, but um, I just returned back from a multi-day training that I received from the people who operate at a higher level and then come and they report information from Salt Lake. So I'm kind of playing the in-between man at this point and just kind of passing some information along with some of the things that we just need to talk about anyway. First things first. If you notice on this week's pacing calendar, there was an item that was called Doctrinal Mastery Top Dog. And I was attempting to include a video of a certain doctrinal mastery review game, but it's not playing through. Several of you have let me know that that's not working, which is, I mean, it's fine. It was just an idea, and I tried to do another video, and it was difficult to explain it. So that's just a day for you to do what's necessary for your class. If you need to make a kind of a catch-up day, a doctrinal mastery catch-up day, that you're still kind of working on some of the previous doctrinal masteries. If you feel like there were some lessons in previous weeks that your class would benefit from, maybe a little bit of a fuller opportunity to study, whatever, this is a good opportunity to just have a flex day to do what you feel like needs to happen for your students, for your class. So use it how you would like to, okay? We discussed in our most recent Stake in-service, I provided you a copy of an alternate assessment. Some of you really liked the proposed alternate, and some of you did not. And I actually made a challenge and said, hey, if you've got a better idea. I received another alternate to the assessment from one of our Stake called teachers. I like this one as well. It's a little bit of a different approach. And in fact, this assessment I'm going to include in a link later on. In fact, I'll probably include both of those assessments so you can see both of them. But this one, I was told they used future assessments because the 2023 New Testament curriculum is already out. So this is kind of mimicking what will be future assessments, and it's really based around doctrinal mastery. So I'm giving that as an option. So you've got the one that we talked about in our Stake in-service, and then I'm going to send you another so you can decide which one you feel like will work best for your students. I'm going to make the same challenge as I did with the other. If all you do is do the assessment and then move on, I think we've wasted an opportunity. Whichever assessment you decide to do with your class, make sure that this becomes a learning experience and that they have an opportunity to learn and grow and have a deeper, richer understanding of Scripture and a closer relationship with Christ. So whichever one you use, just make sure that it's a tool to be used for them to have an active learning experience. The next two items are things that I received in my training that I needed to pass along to you. We discussed in our Stake in-service the fact that this new curriculum was something that we would print out for you if you desired. And it's, we can. The information that I received this last week was that this new curriculum is actually meant to be a living document. It's actually not something that you will want to print everything out at the beginning of the year and then just use your printed copies through the rest of the year, because they're going to actually add as they go along. They're going to update the quotes with quotes from the most recent general conferences. They have been asked to include the new For Strength of Youth guidelines into teaching certain sections of the New Testament. And they're just going to keep it updating kind of throughout the year as things maybe change and quotes are given, that they can include those and make it more relevant and more modern in its take. So What I'm asking is that you do the best you can in feeling comfortable with the electronic version, and or you print out a copy of the lesson just weeks, week or two or a couple days before you give the class, so that you have the most fresh information and lesson material. Okay. If you would like to discuss what you would like from us to help with that, feel free to reach out. But I think we're going to try not to print any of these complete full manuals, so that we give curriculum writers enough time to make sure that it's most up to date. Okay. The last thing that we need to discuss, and I need to announce to you, because there's so many kind of moving parts and new things starting in January, we were advised, and we agree, that we should probably not do our Stake Seminary Teacher Conference that was originally planned for January, I think January 6th or 7th. It was that weekend before some school districts were actually starting. We've been advised to give you more time to wrap your brain around some of these things that are happening. So we've been advised, and we propose to you that we move that Stake Seminary Teacher Conference up to December 3rd. And the intent here is to do it early enough. It's actually kind of in between holiday seasons. Thanksgiving is done, and hopefully that first week is before Christmas really kicks off. And one comment that we had as we discussed this with others was, that may be hard. That's when Christmas starts. To which our response is, but it's only going to get harder from then on out. Even after Christmas, we have families who want to go and travel and have their own family time in between New Year's and the beginning of the school year. So December 3rd is our new date. And we would invite and encourage you to do what you can to be with us. And we'll do that in the morning, so as to not overlap with anything that may take place with ward parties in the afternoon or evening of that day, if there are any. So, okay, that's a lot to kind of take in on this video. Feel free to reach out, call me, text me, whatever is easiest for you, so that we can kind of work through things and it maybe answer some of your questions and concerns. Otherwise, we'd like to meet up with you in about a month and kind of get in depth with some of these items that we're looking at. And this would be similar to our August conference, where we spent a couple hours together. So stay tuned. We'll have more details for you. We love you. We appreciate you. We're grateful that you have chosen to sacrifice time and effort and energy for these youth who, as President Nelson has declared, these are members of the Lord's Youth Battalion. They are helping to gather Israel and do the greatest work that anyone's ever been asked to do. So thank you for being a mentor and a teacher and a facilitator and all those titles that Stake Seminary teachers have as part of their calling. And so we thank you and we love you. So reach out if you have any questions.